Welcome, everybody, to Ferriphobe Campaign 2, Episode 16. My name is Sam Lander. I'm your GM, and I have some players.
My name is Zerder, playing Lumi, the Circle of Stars druid.
Hello, I am Sadie, playing Zari, the Storm Herald Barbarian and now Ancient Oaths Paladin.
I am Ashes, playing Iberkeet, the Divination Wizard.
And our rogue, Sudakitsune, will be joining us momentarily, and our monk, who was introduced, will not be joining us this week. So, after a long, arduous fight in the sewers, managing to stay surprisingly clean despite being in sewers, the party managed to collect 3 of the limes, kill a bunch of cultists, carry them out of the sewers, head back, and turn them in to the city guard, where they found Amari and several of their people recovering from some nasty scratches and bites after giving the passphrase to make sure that everybody who was who they say they were, they turned the captured prisoners over to the guard, and decided that a nap was a really good idea. In the 2 weeks that follow, we'll have some side stories and some other happenings along the way. Speaking of side stories and other happenings, Risha, you up for something?
I'm always up for something.
Okay. The nightmare starts as it always does, with you in the middle of a burning city, alone, and aged, I don't know, 6, 7, 8. Scared because you're alone, scared because the city around you burns. And then maybe not so scared as you feel a presence behind you.
It's you, Your Majesty. I love not being alone in these anymore.
You feel the many jointed fingers slowly caress your cheek. And as you look around, you don't see her. The city still burns, and you are still alone.
I know you're not always visible, but your timing couldn't be more perfect, as always.
A Cheshire grin greets your vision out of the corner of your eyes, and then vanishes into the burning night.
Your Majesty, I've been meaning to ask you some questions about a resident of the Feywilds that has been banished here, causing quite the trouble for us.
Banished, you say? Who might this be?
We know him by Rowan, but he claims to be quite mad at you and says it was your fault that he can't go.
Quite mad at me? The Queen of the Night? The leader of cold and darkness? Whatever could he be mad at me for?
Sadly, he would not go into details, but he was quite adamant. In fact, created an entire town of undead, almost accidentally, trying to create a portal back to the Feywilds.
Tell me of this creature. What do you know of him?
We know him as a changeling. We know he's been here for a very long time. In fact, one of our local monasteries that a friend of mine, a monk in fact, has a bunch of his journals and they're deciphering and studying them.
Journals, you say? He was
Mhm.
prolific in his writings?
Very.
I might know of whom you speak. His name is, of course, not Rowan. And there's a giggle in the like 1,000 voices, everyone a little creepier than last, giggle in your ears.
uh, alone, but so not.
And the Cheshire grin smiles once more. What do you wish to know, my child?
We thought him dead for a time, but now we think him causing mischief again and preventing us from restoring our home. The city
Dead.
that burns around me.
Those that were banished to the material from this place cannot really die. They just return and then are sent away again if they are truly deemed worthy. So trouble you he may. And might you be willing to... Well, no, you wouldn't. He is causing you trouble, though.
He is.
Trouble here, trouble there. Whatever shall you do? And the dream slowly starts to fade away. You have time for one more thing. Question, thought.
All I ask is guidance and how to keep those who call my friends safe from his mischief.
Trap him somewhere he cannot escape? Or perhaps send him back here truly? And the dream fades out. And you are awake. In your new place. This is very strange. This is like the third night in a row you've woken up in the same bed.
Oh. Oh, yeah. That's why my back doesn't hurt. Oh, that was a good dream.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Lumi.
Mm-hmm.
You are training your mind to be observant. And currently you are in the form of an owl watching the street below you. You've been here for a while now. I think you can stay transformed for up to an hour, or is it up to an hour per level?
Up to 2 at this level.
So you have spent at least a half an hour observing the street below you, making note of every person who passes, making mental notes of, height and weight and walk. And you see a woman below you. She is wearing simple clothes with a cloak up over a flash of red hair and very fine features. Her skin is more tan than you would have thought, but this looks like Caitlin, or at least the description of Caitlin that you've gotten. For the purposes of this, you can fly. I know that's not always the case for druids, but
Technically, I can't be an owl yet, but
You're an owl. We're gonna take some. We're gonna take some artistic license because that's what we're doing.
I will follow
Okay.
said person.
You take to the air, and as she is walking through the streets, you are able to follow her for a while, flying overhead, and then she ducks into an alley that has a bunch of like tarpaulins covering it over, and so you will be forced to land and either transform into something that can walk more carefully, or you're back to your normal form, or you will lose her.
I will land and transform into a cat, I think.
So with a few hops and bounces, you get back sight to her. And after a few minutes of following her, you get like you start noticing glances over her shoulder. She starts making like ducking down a side alley, walking ever increasing in speed. And she is trying to lose you.
I will try to keep eyes on her.
Okay.
Try to follow.
So within minutes, you are panting. Your poor little cat paws are starting to hurt as you scrabble over and around and through things. Being much smaller than a human, you find yourself opening into gaps and passages that you would not otherwise be able to do. But you like a low wall that you might be able to vault over as a human, you get interrupted by momentarily and have to leap. And it's not long until this person is their hood has fallen back and their long red hair trailing behind them is flowing freely as they are vaulting and ducking and sliding through the streets, over a wagon, under a horse. Faster and faster they're going, and you're barely able to keep up.
Which part of the city are we in, roughly?
Roughly, you are in part of the town that's a little less familiar to you. I'm gonna say you guys are over here somewhere. There. And she is headed towards the exit, or at least that's the impression you get. But she's ducking down side alleys. Do you continue to chase her directly, or do you try to get ahead of her and cut her off?
I will do an attempt of intercepting her by abandoning direct chase.
Okay.
And going towards the gate.
All right. So you pick up your pace. By the time you get to the gate, you are confident that either you are ahead of her and that she will pass by you. If she basically either she will pass by you as she leaves this way, or like you got either that or she won't come this way. And you wait. And you wait. And you wait. And peeking around a corner, you see green eyes, red hair, a cloak back up over, and a worried expression. And this person not Caitlin. They walk gently past you as you hide yourself from view. They walk past you, tears welling up in their face, their face covered in dirt, and they have a sack with a couple of things inside of it. Look like probably food. And they head out of the gate, look around one last time, and head into the evening.
Boy, how did I actually want to follow her? But you said as she came around, I recognized her as not Caitlin.
Yeah, she's you guys have gotten some pretty good descriptions, and the Caitlin is described as fair-skinned, with like more elven, like long features. And this person, once you got a good look at them as they were coming up, the skin was much darker, and the orc tusks on the bottom were not described in the description of Caitlin. So either this isn't them, or Caitlin has a really bad description,
or she has a really bad disguise,
or she has a bad disguise.
Right, I'll just call off and just mosey on off on my quest for noticing things, perching up on a post somewhere, continuing the vigil of just being observant.
Okay. Iberkeet. It is sometime after you guys fought with the Limes. You are at boy, why can I not source names? In Trida's house. You've been sleeping at her house on and off for the last little bit. You've been plagued by dreams. You can't quite remember when you awake. And so you've come here to ask for her help. And as you're getting ready to settle down, she hands you a mug of warm tea, and she says, "Drink this. It may help, or you may not sleep much tonight."
Okay, well, I trust her implicitly, so I do that.
Okay. You lay in bed, unable to sleep, thrashing back and forth. You roll over, you're too hot, you're too cold, the blankets on are, you're too cold, and you throw the blankets off in frustration, and then you're too hot. And you hear what can only be described outside as a roar. And you leap up out of bed. And as you take your first step out of bed, you realize that this is the dream. You are not awake. You have not been awake for some time.
Okay. Well, I go outside to try to source the dream roar.
Okay.
War.
You step out of the front door of your mentor's house. There's that kind of dream logic where you try to find the thing that has been playing your attention, and you turn around and you realize you're in a different part of town. It is just past the golden hour of sunset. So there's it's that not quite full bright, but everything is in bright, full contrast. And great plumes of smoke rise up around in the city around you. And a flash in the sky of a metallic color and a roar.
Right, can I... Can I cast spells? Does that work?
Yep, you can. I'm not going to make you roll anything, but you can do anything that you have access to. Or if you really are good, you can do things that you don't have access to. So yes, you make... Go ahead.
I can do things that I don't have access to.
Indeed. It's a dream.
I want to try to cast a spell I don't have.
Okay.
Which is locate creature.
Okay.
And see if I can find a dragon. Because I feel like that feels like a dragon.
So you have heard of locate creature. You kind of know the ideas behind it. You've maybe done a little research on it.
Yeah, I do have locate object.
Right. And so your brain goes, oh yeah, that's just... And there is, in fact, a very large dragon flying overhead. You hear its both high-pitched and deeply disturbing scream as it passes overhead, and it ducks down, and you get a flash of bronze scales, or sorry, not brass scales, same color as the coins in your pocket, as it flashes overhead, dips its head down, and a stream of fire 100 feet long lances into the street, boiling rock and lighting things on fire.
I take off my mask if I'm wearing it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm probably not if I was asleep. Like, I don't know, dreams, man.
It was on your face until you took it off.
And I shout, "What do you want?"
The dragon pinwheels impossibly. Something that large should not be able to corner as a sparrow or swallow might. It turns back, and even though it is hundreds of yards away as it approaches you, and the voice is very you can recognize the voice is feminine, but you don't know why. She screams at you, "Give me back his pieces," as she crashes into you standing in the street, and you find yourself awake, sweating, just soaking with sweat, with Intrida next to you, like mopping your brow.
Okay.
You have had dreams like this before.
Right.
This is a vision of a future that may be.
Oh, future. Well then. I gotta go do some research.
She nods to you and says, "Can I help? What do you need?"
Do you know where pieces of a dragon might be?
I have heard tales of something called dragon shards. And we'll fade out for that.
All right.
All right, so Zari,
Well then,
you
yes.
are in a bar. And you have just done a long day at the it's maybe midnight. You have just finished a very long day of cooking at the Cook's Guild.
The boar's belly.
The Boar's Belly. Actually, this is probably the Boar's Belly. You just came out from the back and have been given what does Zari drink when she's recovering from cooking?
Something fruity and hydrating, because it's a hot kitchen. You sweat a lot back there. So
talking alcoholic or not?
yeah, probably at this point if I'm about ready to go home.
Okay, so you have it's a mixed drink. It's about 2/3, or it's some high percentage of wine, and then it's got a mixer of like apple juice probably in it, and something sweet, probably grape. Well, not grape juice. What would be good? Either way, it's been thin. The wine itself has been thinned out with fruit juice. And it is the cup it is served to you in is magically chilled. So as you pick it up to drink out of it, the frost that coats the outside of it melts in at your fingertips, and the drink is pleasantly cool.
Mm-hmm. After I take a drink, I rest the frosted glass on my forehead.
And you feel a tentative tap at your shoulder.
And I turn around to see who it is.
You find staring at you kind of hesitantly, Padragane, or Padragane. She kind of looks at you and looks at the thing and says, "Hi."
Oh, you're the new recruit at Amari's guardhouse. Pontergrain?
Yeah.
Sorry, we were kind of busy.
I'm Padragane. Can I buy you a? Oh, you already have a drink. Well, I don't, and the bartender's giving both of you I'm not selling alcohol to this person look. Can we talk?
You want to take a seat, or do you want to move to a table?
And she looks around, goes, the bartender's not gonna, like, they have a code, right? They don't tell anything that they get told. I mean,
Of course not. That's the honor code of the barkeep.
And the barkeep walks up, rolls. He knows you like really well, rolls his eyes and plunks the mixer that is in your drink, the apple and whatever mixture that's in your drink, is obviously what he's put in front of Padragain. And he wanders off to the other side of the bar to help somebody else out. She kind of looks. She takes a sip out of it and goes, "Oh, well, that's okay. So you know Amari really well, right?"
Well, kinda, yeah.
So his birthday's coming up in a couple weeks, and I was wondering what I should get him for his birthday. I figure you're his friend.
Is that even allowed for a subordinate to give a gift to a superior officer? I'm not totally sure on the guard codes concerning that.
Was that a question to the GM or was that a question to her?
That was a question to her.
Her face like instantly like that, like her nose and her cheeks and her ears go bright red. And she goes, I don't know if it should be allowed, right? He's really nice.
Yes, they are very nice.
She would have gotten that right. I'm GM is bad.
It's okay, Samma. Yes, they are very nice. You know, honestly, I've never been brave enough to give them a gift myself, so
Oh. Well, if we come up with something really good, and she's like, you can see a thought crossed her mind, and then a different thought crossed her mind, and then she blinks at you a couple times. You're just a friend, right? To them?
I mean, I don't know.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm sorry. I shouldn't.
No.
She like
Zari puts a hand on her shoulder. Listen. It's not your fault. It's, well, I guess several people know. But you know, I've never been. I've always sort of been kind of a wallflower. You know.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sure you can understand that.
I can.
And
I was hoping I could get him a gift, or sorry, get them a gift so that they would notice me, because they don't ever notice me. They just send me on missions and errands.
listen, if I know one thing about Amari, I know that they notice you. They notice everyone. That's one of the things that make them such a good person and such a good guard captain. They know you're doing well, and they know you're trying your best. But you know, we got a lot of things going on, and well, don't always have time, or sometimes don't always have the words to say things like that. But I know they notice you, and you know, I hope they notice me too. But we'll find them something good. We could probably ask Lurag. I'll ask him, and so you won't get embarrassed. I've sort of been uh, coming off the wall as of recently for for some reasons. So
She looks you up and looks you down and then kind of looks at herself and then gives you a hug and like, okay, find them something good. And then she puts a couple of bronze pieces on the bar and tries to slip out of the bar.
oh boy, this is getting complicated.
All right.
You know, you two are just absolutely adorable. The quickest way to anyone's heart is through their stomach, Zari.
Oh, where'd you come from?
I've been here for a minute.
I
You're
forgot.
always here after your shift.
I always forget how sneaky you are. Uh,
Aw, thank you. You warm my heart.
you just pop out of nowhere. Anyway,
By now,
yeah.
she's gone.
Yeah.
All right. So, what with the 2 weeks of downtime? We've covered downtime in the out of character sense. What are you guys doing in the time between the times you need to spend doing the things we've covered in the out of character sense?
I've been copying spells from the cultist spellbook into my spellbook.
Right.
And mostly just been like, studying, practicing my magic, doing errands for Entreata, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the first week, Zari actually went to the nomad section of the city and to her little community and talked with some of the elders about the new mark on her shoulder around her dragon mark, and they helped her with training and and fortitude to fully unlock new paladin powers.
Okay.
And train up and finish training the tough feat
Right.
that
So-
mainly evolved like sitting in a tent with incense and spices and meditating and stuff.
So, Zari, let me do this. Lumi, Zari has grabbed you, or you've noticed her in passing as you're doing your treat. You're like following or trying to get examinate or do your like Sherlock Holmes thing.
Recon?
Recon, yeah, that's a good word. And what you notice is as Zari's heading towards the outskirts of the city where there is a itinerant community of people from the deeper Badlands, somebody will walk up to her child and hand her will hand her 5 brass, and then before she can do anything, the child is just gone. And then as she continues on, somebody will hand her a small sachet of incense. And so as you're following along, these people, like, you're paying attention, Lumi. These people are not there, and then they're there, and then they're gone. And Zari's just kind of standing there. You're kind of standing there going, why am I getting handed this stuff in the street at this point?
Yep.
I would assume Lumi would, as each person drops something off, the let's say weasel this time would scoot ever slightly closer
Right.
until there's basically a weasel on Zari's boot.
So sorry, you see a weasel on your boot. Strangely, you recognize this creature.
That you, Lumi?
Nod.
What's up?
And the weasel will hop 5 steps away and then morph back into the familiar form of Lumi. What's with the people handing you stuff?
I have no idea. I mean, it.
A person walks up, hands Zari a small wooden shield, and then walks away.
Thank you. I don't know what's going on. It. I mean, I normally come over this way at least once a week, but I've never been. I mean, we're a very giving community, but I've never been like handed this much stuff.
You notice the symbol of a Drider, I don't know what the proper term is, Drider scorpion on the face of the shield.
Okay, so I guess people are noticing this now, pointing towards the mark that is now the turquoise scorpion that is now encompassing her dragon mark.
Neat. But yeah, could be. But Lumi will just walk 4 paces off and just look around, see if there's anyone else about to make a move.
You see nobody. Like nobody acting outside of the normal. You don't see it, and you're paying very close attention as a probably 4-year-old walks up and hands Zari a candied scorpion, and then gets back under her mother's skirts, as it were, and walks away.
Oh, I love these things. Scorpion?
Yeah.
No.
Crunch.
I offer it. I offer it to Lumi.
No thanks. Those don't really sit well in my stomach.
No, it's just protein, and then Zari takes a bite.
Very crunchy between the candy shell and the actual exoskeleton. Yeah, it's like, and it has the candied apple problem of now you can't talk very well.
Well, I got to get to the elder's house and finish up my training. So, see you later at MoMA's, I guess.
Yeah, unless I see you earlier. I've been getting real good at this. And he will offhandedly mention a ruffle in the clothes that Zari didn't notice.
I check my pockets.
Everything that's supposed to be there is there, but there's some extra coins there that you didn't expect.
Okay, I'm really getting uncomfortable with this. They don't need to be doing this.
Like 8 copper and 2 brass.
Yeah, but still, I mean, this.
All right.
Have fun, Zari.
Zari's not used to this much attention.
Oh, you feel very seen. All right. So later that same day, Zari, you come in. It's evening. You're not working tonight. Moma, you can smell Moma from like her house from like 2 blocks away, just baking bread. As baking bread just fills this place. And as you walk in the door, Lumi and Risha and Cryo, like everybody's here in the house. That's the wrong thing. That's the right thing. So yeah, everybody's here and sitting around a table, and there is freshly baked bread, and Moma is bustling somewhere in the background. You're not 100% sure what she's up to.
Can never be sure what she's up to. Okay. So, hey guys, how is everything going?
It's going good. Going good. Anyone else? Mysterious people show up to give you stuff?
So much. It, I really don't want them to be doing this.
Leorndal looks over and goes, "People have been giving you stuff? What do you do to get people to give you stuff?"
Well, remember that that magic I did back in EG to heal Amari? Well, I had a vision as we were going through the sewers, and when I snapped back out of it, this was on my shoulder, pointing to the turquoise scorpion, and now everybody thinks I'm marked. I'm marked by, well, I am marked by Mother Scorpion, but they think I'm some sort of like
Chosen?
chosen of a god of a primal spirit, and they're, I mean, I I mean, yeah.
He looks over at you and goes, "I mean, I think that's how that works. I'm not the most religious person here." Cryer rolls his eyes, but yeah, no, that's right. You are the chosen one of a primal spirit now. At least, since you gave her your oath and all that.
I didn't think that's how paladin oaths work. There's several other paladins to Mother Scorpion in the uh in the commune, but
Fine, a chosen one. And he stuffs a piece of bread in his mouth and goes, "Oh, all right, I have a thing I could do for all," and reaches out and touches you. I think it's touch. Yes, it is touch. Please make a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
okay. Wisdom saving throw. Click on the right thing.
Okay. So it doesn't bother, like, you don't have any sense of sadness as you feel the attunement break with the holy symbol that you have been wearing for the last however many days it has been. And you can freely reach under your shirt and take it off.
Okay.
Wait a minute. So people are just giving you stuff for free, and all you had to do was take an oath?
Well,
I want free stuff. That would make my job so much easier.
Risha, you take free stuff.
well,
That
take
is
an
your
oath and
job.
take an oath and get stabbed by a dream scorpion.
Yeah, the stuff I take is free, but it's not just given to me. Like, we won't say how it's acquired, though. I'm
Well,
not duplicating anything.
I mean, I guess if we find a community of Fae that worship the Winter Queen, maybe they'll give you stuff too.
The Fae give stuff for free. Ha! I have more likely a chance of, you turning me into a Mari.
Well, anyway, I'm glad to be rid of this freaking thing. Excuse me, as Zari walks outside, grabs her hammer that was sitting by the door, and in a moment you hear a a, a smash and a crash, And Zari comes back in with a broken medallion.
Well, I was just,
There.
the medallion is perfectly unbroken, but the stone that you're carrying in that it was sitting on is cracked in two.
Well,
You,
that felt
on.
good anyway.
Hang on. Lumi will go over, start making an incantation, and cast Dispel Magic.
No, that's not going to work on a magic item. But
Doing it anyway.
well,
I don't even have to touch it.
Yep. Well,
a few moments later, and Liorendal kind of looks at you all and goes, I don't know how to tell you this. I mean, I do know how to tell you this, but I don't think you're gonna like it. But I'll take that from you. I have an idea, and I don't know how to tell you this.
Is it related to a plan we had earlier when we figured out that the plan wouldn't work?
Well, there's this elf girl. Well, she says she's an elf. I mean, I've never seen. I believe her when she says she's an elf because she has an accent that. Oh, you guys, her accent is amazing. Like, have you ever heard somebody talking? So anyway,
Has Liorendal finally fallen in love?
Or
are you just going on the trip?
You gonna pay me to take her somewhere? And that seems great. Get out of town, see the world, not get murdered by cultists, get to beat up on stuff and nobody gets mad at me. Like, all good things. And she's paying me.
I thought getting killed by cultists was like the top of the bucket list.
No. Killing cultists.
Oh, my bad.
Anyway, she's been hanging out at the guild hall looking for somebody to take her back north, south, west to the east. To hopefully get on a flying ship, and well, we've been talking. She's promised I get to kill some people along the way.
That sounds like a match made in heaven, Liorendal.
I thought so too. So I mean, this thing we decided is like can track people, right? Maybe I take it along with me, and when they think they're tracking you, they can track me.
So very reminiscent of the plan I originally had, only kind of better because farther away.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't listen to your original plan.
it was to.
Well, you never do anyway.
So we're leaving
Yeah.
tomorrow? Or tonight?
Yeah, I
Shoot.
suppose that'll
What time
work.
is it?
And since you have your own magic, you can get rid of it whenever you want.
Uh-huh.
So
What time is it? He looks at all y'all.
It's packing time.
Fuck. Okay. And he grabs a bunch of rolls from the thing, stuffs a couple of them in his mouth, and leaves out the door,
taking the medallion with him.
taking the medallion with him.
Well, I'm glad to be rid of that thing. Now we just have to find the one who gave it to me, so I can do the same thing to him that I did to that rock.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, the one that we think gave that to you, I was talking to Her Majesty lately. She said we gotta trap him or find a way to permanently send him back. I might even be able to get his name, actually. I wonder what that's gonna cost me.
I've heard rumors of a way to get people from different planes back to where they're coming from, but I'm not powerful enough to do it yet. But I think I should be able to soon, sometime, maybe.
Yeah.
Can you subvert the will of a of a fae that banished him here? I mean,
No.
I don't know how that works.
Also, he is very, very not dead. 100% confirmed. Even if that was him in the cell, he would have just been sent back and then rebanished. He's here somewhere.
Well, I'm sure we'll run across him, or I'm sure he'll find us eventually again.
And he's not all too
People,
happy.
yeah, people like him don't normally don't like to stay out of trouble for long.
Well, and you've already seen it. He likes to hold a grudge.
That's for
And he's
sure.
not the only one with a grudge against me. I'm sure half the city has a grudge against me. They just don't know it.
Curious, you might need to ease up before we get a lynch mob going looking for you.
But I have to pay the bills.
You know, you could get an actual job.
I have an actual job.
That doesn't involve. Crier looks over at you. That doesn't involve stealing things.
You know you're
I
part of
have an
adventure.
actual job.
Technically, yes, you do because you're part of an adventuring group. But still,
Exactly. What Lumi said. That one. Yes. Yes. That.
Moma comes in. She's got sweet rolls for all of you and goes, "Oh yes, Risha's been telling me all about it. Like all of the stuff that you guys have been doing." Or was that Risha? Were you the one who was telling me about all the stuff you guys have been doing?
I don't remember, Moma. There's so many stories to be told these days.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just a chatterbox. How often did I actually talk before I told you I wasn't alone anymore?
once in a blue moon, when pigs fly.
Yeah, and now you can't get me to shut up. I mean, you probably could, knowing the wizard over there.
Moba goes, "Okay, well, I'm gonna bank the fire in the stove tonight. If you guys want anything else, let me know before I do that."
I think we'll be good, Moma. You go on and head to bed. I will finish things up in the kitchen.
Bed. I have an actual bed. Moma, did I tell you I have an actual bed?
Mm-hmm. And you even showed me your house. That was a bit of a walk, if I have to say so myself.
If Zari was with us, I would have just made her carry you. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine, dear. It's good to get out of the house. I need
This
to
is
pick up some
true.
stuff anyway.
So I've been hearing on the wind a new attempt at kickstarting Miva. I've been shuffling about the guilds and groups, and the Herbalists, the Blades Awakening are in, and a couple of other groups have tentatively said maybe yes. Haven't really gotten a clear answer from them, but it sounds like people are wanting to get Miva back, and not too far from now, far time from now.
Oh?
Well, if we could probably drop our name with the Blue Rock and say that if there's another caravan going, we'd like first lot at escort. The merchants guild is probably going to be organizing it. So we can ask them again. And I can probably ask Nuriko if the Cook's Guild wants to wants to get in on it and set up a an outpost uh, in Miva to feed the workers that will be going there.
I've got 30 something people that might want that or really want to go, and probably another 20, 30 that maybe can be persuaded. I'm not sure.
Well, it'll have to be organized. So we check in the morning. We check with the Blue Rock and then see where we go from there.
Yeah,
Um,
that sounds like a lot of cultist bait. We don't want another wooden lime situation.
yep.
Well, the wooden lime situation won't happen again because we won't sell out.
Exactly.
Oh, now that cursed medallion is gone, I can go and see what's been going on uh at the guardhouse with Amari and the Limes. See if they've found anything, gotten anything out of them, done anything with that map we gave them.
You do that. I'll go to the Blue Rocks and just drop our name with any concerted efforts going to Miva will be handled by us. No way they're gonna send anyone else.
And I'm gonna go home, straight home, nowhere else, nobody else's place. Nothing to
Risha,
worry about.
didn't your fence say he had a mission for us if we were headed back to Miva? We should probably go talk to him, and I want to maybe sell some of these dragon shards I have on me, get a little extra money.
I don't want to.
Tomorrow.
I don't think that's enough time to mentally prepare myself to deal with that sniveling rat.
Well, you can wait outside. I'll go in. Just, I need to know where he is. And I don't know the way.
Fine. Fine. I'll show you. In fact, I'll show you for two of your sweet rolls there.
Zari slides the plate over.
Oh, sweet heavens.
There are at least 4 sweet rolls per person sitting on this table.
I have a pantry to keep these in. My place will smell like sweet rolls.
A whole plate of sweet rolls, another whole plate of sweet rolls would find itself in front of Risha.
Lumi, do you not like Moma's cooking?
Oh yes, not that eager about the really sweet stuff like these things.
He turned down a candy scorpion earlier today.
No offense, Zari, but I would turn down a candied scorpion too.
Oh, but they're so delicious.
And the tail is spicy.
Yes.
I've eaten enough insects in my life to never again. No thanks.
Oh,
Scorpions are actually arachnids.
Ibrahim, take your semantics and do something useful with them. Potato. Like they're just all gross, okay?
It's not how the saying goes.
Yeah, but gross is gross. And after eating at that fancy restaurant, I am never eating anything that is not cultivated ever again.
Challenge accepted.
Oh boy,
Sorry.
Risha, what did you do?
Hurry, please don't. Unaccept. I can't. Don't do this to me.
Lumi will, amidst this pleading and begging, go to the kitchen and try to find a non-sweet roll, like dinner breads instead of dessert breads.
In the kitchen, on one of the side tables, there is a bread bin that you know where it's at, and you open it up, and it is full of like really dark pumpernickel rye.
Yum.
Just like that very dark, almost bitter, but not quite.
Lumi will come back with one half eaten in one hand, one uneaten in the other, going, "You sure you guys don't want this?"
Yeah, I'll pass. Thanks, Lumi. I mean,
Zarius pulled out a sheet of paper and is starting to write down ingredients.
Zari, please, for the love of the 9 realms,
So
and
is this
all of it.
Is this actually a question for you, since you have a fancy new magic item? Is this recipe going into the edible book of recipes?
Maybe later. This is Zari
Planning?
this is Zari planning big cookout for
Ah.
the end of the week.
Sure. All right. So we have some plans for the next little bit. I think yeah. Let's go through one at a time. And Iberkeet. The next few days, as people are like going to gather people up for a possible trip out to Miva, talking to, all that sort of stuff. What are you up to?
I'm trying to locate dragon shards
Locate.
that aren't already in our possession.
Locate object. Can you pop it into chat, please?
Oh, not magically, just like
Just.
locate object. That might be helpful to use anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna, anything you cast during this downtime, I'm not gonna charge against your usage.
Yeah, that only locates like specific, like I have to say like this particular dragon shard. Oh no, it can locate the nearest object of a particular kind. But
Right.
That's gonna be a dragon shard's gonna be on me, so
Right, but you
I
could
have 2 on me.
leave them somewhere and then walk more than 1,000 feet away and
Yeah.
do it.
Get a beacon towards whomever of us has the dozen we found in the sewers.
Well, I'm assuming you a little more thoughtful than that. So you spend some time like carefully making sure you're not locating the ones that you know about. You find a metal box to put yours into. You have your friends put theirs somewhere that you know that they're going to be. And there are like pings kind of all over the city at this point. A shop will have a ping of 1 in it. There'll be 1 beneath your feet in, you're assuming it's like sewers. So you spend a little time doing this. And the most common one that you come up with, game tools. Are Eberron shards, the rosy ones with crimson swirls. And you're kind of spotting them kind of all over town. Give me a Investigate? Yeah, investigate would be good. Or in... Holy buckets, Batman.
Yeah, that's your mark, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is 2 off of a perfect roll.
Yeah, I have mark of detection.
So as you're going around town, you start noticing a pattern to these these shard locations, and also to something else that's triggering in the back of your mind. With the 27, the shard locations match really closely with a map you've seen recently. And they also match some pillars of fire you saw in a dream a few nights ago when you woke up screaming a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
But there were definitely more fires than what you find.
Okay, is it gonna be difficult to collect the ones I can find that match up with those pillars at least?
These are like in stores and in people's houses, and like you're not particularly sneaky, and you think somebody who's sneaky would be helpful. If that makes sense.
Okay. Well,
Or at least
I'm
somebody
gonna
with a
get
strong...
together with Risha if she's not busy.
All right.
I've got stuff I need stolen.
You hear Risha as you're like doing something, like you hear behind you as you think you're being very sneaky.
What stuff you need stolen? Ibrikit, the wizard, needs stuff stolen? I never would have thought I would see the day.
I help you steal stuff.
I'm aware that you helped me, but you were helping me. But now I'm helping you. You need stuff stolen. That's
Yes.
the difference here. I thought wizards were goody two-shoes.
That's paladins.
You know, most necromancers are wizards.
They're allowed to turn to the dark side every once in a while. I said most.
There's a lot of bad wizards, I think.
Historically,
I
that's where
mean-
all the evil guys who just ruined a world here a while ago, liches come from.
But are liches really all that bad? I mean, seeking immortality, enslaving entire populations to be undead as sacrifices? That's bad? Okay, you got me. Wizards can be bad. I get it. I was wrong.
Anyway, I need some dragon shards.
Ooh,
Specific ones.
those fit in a
And I-
pocket fairly nicely.
And I draw a crude map with points to look of location for the specific ones I'm trying to acquire.
Why does this look familiar?
I think it was a map of the sewers we found.
Oh.
It was the map of the city with the businesses marked on it.
So,
Because
Risha,
they
you're not
mapped
sure
the found
how
in the
your
sewers.
friends all found you, but Zari just is looking over the shoulder at the map.
Sorry, I was doing shoulder Zari, but yeah, that's
Zari. Only you. Only you.
You're standing in the middle of the market and I need supplies. But yeah, that's the map. That's the map Risha copied, and we gave the original one we found in the Limes hideout to Amari.
Don't say that I copied it too loud. You want the whole daggum city to know? I thought you wouldn't turn me into Amari.
Is it illegal to copy maps?
Maps that give a rogue plenty of, secret access into businesses? Probably. At least it's suspicious.
I'm with Everkeet. I didn't think it was illegal to copy a map.
Probably not, but I'm also talking just to hear the sound of my own voice because, I actually kind of like it. Does everybody just know where I am at all times? Am I the worst sneak thief ever?
Well, I mean, you found Everkeet, and then I saw the two of you talking, and then I guess Lumi saw me.
Everkeet's really easy to pick out of a crowd. I mean, just look at her mask.
Well, I'm really tall. I mean, you can pick me out of the crowd too.
The cat just walks off again.
Bye, Lumi.
Bye, Lumi. Okay. But yes, Everkeet, I'd be more than happy to assist.
All right, so you start getting where all of these things are. Risha, you're pretty good at sneaking, and I don't want to spend a whole lot of time like setting up heists to try to break into places. So give me your stealth roll, and that will be an indicator of there are 10 places, a percentage of how many of these that you guys collect. 14. Nobody has asked you why. Wow, you got a 1 and still got a 14. Okay. So that's like almost as bad as you can possibly get. Okay, well, out of these 10 places, you collect 4 of them, and on the 5th one, the shopkeeper is like selling something, and you've slipped behind the counter, and you've just located it. And he turns and looks at you, goes, "Hey, what are you doing there?"
Oh, hi. Me?
Yes.
I'm admiring your handiwork. And totally not anything else.
And he reaches down to grab you. He's middle-sized.
I'm going to do a poof and a misty step.
Hey, where'd you go? Just gone. Oh, misty step. Okay. Anyway, and you're back outside the front of the shop with the 5th one in hand, as Eberkeet and Zari are seeing you appear.
Maybe it might be better if we come back at night.
I was going to say the same thing. It's really bright out here.
All right. moving along to Lumi and Eberkeet. You are asking around. You're trying to set up the guild places. Eberkeet, you got roped into this as you're like in your process of trying to find dragon shards.
Okay.
Where are you actually going, Lumi?
First stop is Blue Rocks to put down the ultimatum that any trips going to Miva is ours, period, non-negotiable.
So this is the 3rd time you've told the gal at the front desk who, did I ever give her a name?
I think you did, but I keep forgetting it, and so do you.
Right. Blue Rock. Blue Rock Adventurers Guild. Nope. I didn't write her name down. So give me a good name for her, please, Lumi.
I'm just gonna grab her from the top of my head and say Linda. Actually,
Linda. Linda. All right. So Linda is like, but I can't give you that job. That isn't a job yet, and 2, I can't guarantee any job. And like, this is the moment that RP like rounds the corner behind the desk and goes, "Is he giving you trouble again, Linda?"
no, just trying to tell her that if there comes in a job for Miva in the near future, it's ours. Period. Non-negotiable.
I mean, there's
Our
always
name on it.
There's always a negotiation, but what this is telling me is that you guys are going to come really cheap. That's good to know. And by the way, there happens to be a inkling of a job towards Miva.
Yeah, see, I just gestured. See, there is an inkling of a job towards Miva because we're setting it up.
This is... Oh, wait. You're going to pay for you to go to Miva?
We're gathering guilds that want to reclaim Miva.
Oh. Okay. RP goes, oh, so you're gonna fund the trip to Miva then. That's even better.
No, we're not funding. We're finding people that want to fund it.
Oh, well, okay, that's a little less fun. Okay, well, so yeah, there have been a couple people who came in and talked with me. The Twilight Ascendant, the oh shoot,
Blades Awakening.
the Blades Awakening, the book, the Boar's Belly, have all sent representatives over, and they're trying to get a group of people to go. And yes, they were looking to hire actual guards, more than 5. Actually, they were looking to hire the city guard, but the city guard told them no. And yes, I know.
See?
5 because
Yes, Leorndal left on other business.
I mean, it's on guild business, so he let us know about it.
But the not the limes. Those are our enemies. The other guys. They available?
Salty Circle?
The Salty Circle.
Salty Circle.
I think so. I think they're all back up and coherent, I think is the way I should put it.
Yeah, a couple of them were made forged.
Yes.
That was neat.
A whole new thing going on. So, end of the week, the plan is to send people out, or at least send scouts out along the road to clear the way, because there's been no real travel that direction. There might be something in the way. So yes, if you're willing to take a job to go back out to Miva, there is a job to head back out to Miva.
Yes, we're willing to go back to Miva.
Oh, good. That's good to hear. You've been the only real successful people who've headed out in that direction. All right, I will get a contract written up for you to look over.
What do you expect? It's our home.
She nods. And she goes, give me a couple days. I'll get something written up for you.
Good. And Lumi will head off and start trying to finagle more people. Not sure how, but he'll try.
You feel a tug at your, as you turn around, head out, you feel a tug at your, what do you have on for like overclothes? Jacket, robe? Just wear your armor?
Shirt
Traveling cloak.
under the hide armor.
So you feel a tug at the corner of the hide armor.
Yes? What? Who?
Linda, like, looks over and goes, so you're going to be gone for a while, huh?
Possibly, yes.
We going to go on the date that you asked me about before you go?
Sure. How about now?
Well, I'm kind of supposed to. Hey, Eberkeet, do you mind watching the front desk for a little bit?
I'm joking. I'll pick you up later.
She grins at having like gotten that goes, all right, see you after work. All right, Risha and Zari, you're headed to a fence, I think.
Yes, we are.
Stinky fence.
As you turn to go, Lumi, you can see the expression on the like you can only see her eyes because of the mask, but yeah, very deer in headlights from Eberkeet as you guys turn around to head back out.
You know, Zari, for a fence, he has surprisingly few holes in him. And I really want to be the one to change that. But I also don't want to lose my guild commission. I need a way to do this. And I don't like him. Why? Why does he have to be my fence?
You could go somewhere else. I mean, there is you've talked about like this, he isn't associated with the Thieves Guild. You could go to the Thieves Guild.
There are guild rules to follow. I have a pre-established fence. I can't use a guild fence unless I need one. They won't let me. I've tried.
So
He may not work for the guild, but he's favored by the guild.
you guys are standing in front of a fairly nondescript, like 2-story house. Looks absolutely normal to you, Zari.
So this is the place.
Yeah, let me go knock.
I'll knock.
Do the intro. I need to do the introductions, or he's not even gonna open the daggum door. The sniveling scaredy cat.
So, Zari, the knock sounds completely normal. And after a few moments, the door swings open and there's nobody behind it.
Vex. We've come to bargain.
Silence from the interior of the house. It is dark in there.
Vex?
Sorry, just walks in.
So you go in. The hallway looks completely normal. Off to your right is a like sitting room, and you can tell that this room is full of stuff. Like it is. If you ever been in a house that has like every flat surface is covered with knickknacks, and they're all there on purpose, and they're all clean, and they're all like, this isn't just like a hoarder house, but this place is very full. Like that is the impression you get.
Oh, this is Leopard saying this. Oh, you mean my grandparents' house?
Yeah, think your grandparents' house. Only just just a little bit more, because it's not like they're all porcelain dolls. It's all different things. So it's like chaos, but if you didn't know better, you would think this was just chaos. But you can see there's like almost artistic ways that the things fill this space. And like so much so that as you move into the room, you realize that if you were bigger or there were two of you, this room would be like you would feel like the walls closing in on you.
Huh. Rustic.
Risha, do you head inside?
Only because he didn't come to the door as I pull my mask up to cover my nose.
By the way, Zari, smells fine in here. Just completely normal. So you see Risha come in. She's got her mask up over, covering her face. She's doing that kind of like that breath that people do when they're trying to not breathe. And Risha, give me a wisdom saving throw, please. Or no, charisma saving throw.
Charisma is much more preferred.
So you see somebody like Zari, you see somebody appear behind Risha, and Risha just completely, like, it's obvious that this person wanted Risha to jump because of the way they appeared. But Risha just casually turns and looks over her shoulder to see Vex.
Hello, X. Why does it feel leaner in here?
I had to sell some things.
Oh, but you don't clean up when I come? I'm offended.
He looks around. You're here now. You came.
I'm here all the time.
Mm-hmm. You wanted me to get you something, and I got it for you, and I had to sell some things to do so. So it's cleaner now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I do have the thing, by the way.
Oh, I trust that you do. And that's about as much as I trust from you. You...
Zari, Vex is standing uncomfortably close to you, all like as Risha and Vex moved into the room. They're absolutely not touching you. Like, in no sense are they, would, even if they moved in like a very like hands motion talking sort of way, they wouldn't touch you. But just their mere presence is too close for comfort. So, are you going to introduce me to your friend, Risha?
Yes. This is Zari.
Charmed, and he bows. Like, when he bows to you, Zari, his head passes within an inch of your body. But it's a very deep flourish. He has this spacing, like, he didn't have to adjust his position at all to make this spacing work. It's very smooth, and it is also very creepy.
So, Risha talks a lot about you.
She does she? And there's a very
And
daggers.
They mentioned a while ago that you might have a job if we were heading back towards Miva. We would like to find out about that.
I would like you to find some things for me. Some very precious stones, but not in the standard way. I would like you to find, and he goes in, like you feel like as he leaves your presence, there is a, you didn't realize your skin was crawling, but it was. and he goes back of the room and digs out a very large, probably foot long. It looks strangely broken, but it is amber with swirling gold veins. It's like a foot long, and it's like in his hands, it's like moving slightly. It feels like. You guys missed out on me talking, or
Yeah, after I asked the question, there was like a 30-second drop off.
Oh,
I
okay.
think both of us hit major ping spike.
Okay. So he said, yes, there I do have a job for you. It's to find something for me. And he
And then he went and got the thing.
when he got the thing, and your skin, like his presence made your skin crawl, and as he leaves, it stops crawling. So, yeah. So he has the largest Sybaris dragon shard you have seen so far. And he lays it on the table and goes, there are amber ones, and there are blue ones, and there are red ones, and as many as you can find, I will pay you for. I heard rumors that Miva had some.
Of these big ones?
Oh, you've seen them before? No, they're not all big. Some are small, and he makes a motion to probably a 1/4 inch, and that's about the size of the ones you guys found embedded into the skin of the corpses in the sewer. All the way up to this. This one is special. Somebody had to die for this one. I'm sure I don't kill anybody. I just buy and sell things. And people.
I heartily trust that.
Zari, you have... This person has no armor on. They have no weapons on their person. They do not appear to be a spellcaster from what you've seen of them. But they are eminently creepy.
So I thought this was some sort of like relic retrieval, but you're just looking for dragon shards.
Oh, you know of them. Please tell me you've seen some. I'll buy them from you.
Ooh.
Mayhaps.
How many have you found? I have a cloak waiting for you if you found a lot.
So this is Sadie speaking. I'm kind of torn now because my plan did not have an account of Eberkeet getting a vision of the fact that we need these dragon shards to stop a coming draconic apocalypse. So,
But you haven't heard about that. Like, Zari, you just know that Eberkeet's been looking for them, but nobody's asked her why she needs them yet.
yep.
Now,
Yeah, that's
Vex, this is where we're at an impasse. Because you're not the only one looking.
Oh, really? Who
Do you
else
have a
is
buyer
looking
for
them?
these already?
Oh, I have a buyer for everyone, everything.
Because I mean, we found a bunch of these, and Zari pulls out her singular Kyber shard that she has in the hands of some very unsavory people. That I have a certain bone to pick with, and
Is your Kyber shard charged?
no, it is not.
It is not. Okay.
This is one that we got from Rowan way
Right.
back in episode 1.
Okay. Can I get an insight check from both Zari and Risha, please?
Risha sold him one already.
Did you actually sell him one?
After the first trip to Mila.
Aha.
Yep, I gave her one to sell.
Got it. With a 14. He covers himself up, like he covers his expression very poorly, and you both know that he really wants to buy that from you. Says that's worth about 1,000 brass. That's a quarter of what you owe me for your cloak, Risha. Do you have to happen to have 3 more of those?
That's where we're also at another impasse. Because you skipped an entire step in this whole game. And we have not negotiated a single second.
I mean, I feel like we're in a negotiation right now. How many shards are you willing to sell me, and how much am I willing to buy them from you for? For you from. The right way those words go together.
Now, Vex, the problem is, I don't know if I want to sell you shards. Because somebody I like a whole lot more than you wants them.
Oh, that's he like. Oh, that's very sweet. Are they paying you $1,000 per shard of that size and quality? 1,000
No,
brass.
but they're also a wizard.
I mean, that's very nice for them. Maybe I can buy them from you and then convince them to buy them from me, and we all make some money in the end.
Okay, at this point, Zari steps up and closes the range with Vex to a point where he is uncomfortable.
Give me an intimidation check, please. I need to stat Vex out like fully. Okay, so with the natural 1, you close the distance, and he like takes a step back, but there was a chair there that he didn't expect, and he is now on the ground on his seat, kind of before you.
Now, listen here. Like I said, there are some people who have been using these, and I hold up the Kyber shard, to do some very bad things. They recently did something very bad to someone I care about very much. Now, I want to know, if I sell you these things, they will not go into the hands of those bad people. Because if they do, I'm going to hurt those people and then come hurt you.
Fine, I won't sell any to the Righteous Ascendant.
So you have been selling them to them.
I mean, I sell to willing buyers, but the price just went down because, well, the market got smaller. 800 brass for that one. And I swear to you, sniveling on the floor before you, that the Righteous Ascendant will see none of the shards you sell to me.
No, I want you to promise they will see none of the shards that ever pass your doorstep. Because I am going to hunt those people down, and they are going to pay for what they did to the person I care about.
I'm gonna need
she'll do it too.
No, I'm gonna need another intimidation check. Risha's helping out with this, so take advantage. Holy buckets, Batman. Well, I need a natural 20. I didn't get it. You can tell that you've cowed him, but he's not happy about it. but you are a very large person in very close proximity. You have multiple hammers about you, at least one of which is magical. And he takes a deep breath in and out, and he goes, fine. But without the righteous ascendant to buy them, I don't know who's going to. So I now have some shards that I need to get rid of. Would you be interested in buying them? I hear that they have some very interesting magical properties.
I
They
think
do, Vet. That they do.
I think we would. So I'm going to hand you this one right now. You're going to give Risha your cloak, and then we are going to come back for the rest later.
Oh, well, this one isn't worth a cloak.
You just said 8,000.
Yeah, 800 is what he said.
800?
Yeah. He is completely cowed, but he's not going to. You haven't hurt him, and I don't want you to, please.
Yep, not going to.
He goes. He like intimidation isn't a mind control, so he
Yep.
works his way up and. Give me a reflex save, please, Zari.
Let's see. Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
So, as he stands up, by pure accident, like he is not trying to, by pure accident.
Question.
Yes.
I have what is it? Danger sense. You have advantage on dex saving throws against effects that you can see while you're not blind, deafened, or incapacitated. Would that work on this or no?
You don't know that you needed to.
Okay. So
only
works on spells.
Yeah.
We'll know for a future. Okay.
So he goes to stand up and accidentally touches you. And the like brushes you with an arm, but it's like it's unconscious. Like there's no room for him to stand up. The flesh that touches you is both cold and wrong, like kind of squishy. And if you've ever, like, you personally, have you ever had like a spider crawl across your arm and your arm tries to, like, the skin tries to, like, all pull away from it all at once, and it's like you have no control over this flinch? Like, that is the feeling that you get, and you take 1 psychic damage. And he stands up, brushes himself off, and says, I'll give you the same price I was going to give you, and I'm going to have to find a market out of town for these now, since the Righteous Ascendant won't get any of them. So that may take me extra time.
Okay.
That one's worth a quarter of her cloak. 3 more, and it's a cloak, or whatever else you have.
Okay, so I have 2 Sybaris Dragon Shards and a medium Eberron Shard.
All right. So the Sybaris, like, you are under the impression, like, he with a little bit of negotiation, you are 3/4 of the way there between those. And most of that was, like, him really wanting that Eberron shard. And when he grabs it, you guys see a glow underneath his clothing, and the feel from the room is about 3/4. Okay, for Zari, it's about 3/4 less creepy. For Risha, it's about 3 times as creepy as it was before. And there's a dull red glow coming from like lower left kidney area on him. And by the way, the shard gets. Give me an insight or not wisdom.
Arcana.
No.
Perception?
Perception. Thank you. Check, please, from both of you. Both of you can see the Eberron shard get almost, but not actually, imperceptibly smaller, and then the fade goes out and it stops shrinking. He's like, you will he looks over at Risha and goes, you owe me 1 more shard, and then he tosses the cloak at you.
Okay. I pull out the
How
other.
about a diamond?
Diamonds. I don't care about those.
I pull out
But-
the second medium Eberron shard that I have. Will this cover it?
And again, there's hunger as he takes it from you. And this time, Zari, the feeling of wrong like cascades through you, and this place is almost unbearable as the glow like it's glowing through his leather, like he's got a leather vest on, and then the glow fades out, the room becomes less creepy, and he goes, yeah, I think that'll do.
Well, Zari, you can have this diamond then, because it's burning a hole in my pocket.
Any more shards you guys find, especially the red ones, those are the best ones. And yeah, it got. You guys are gonna have to start making wisdom saving throws or start taking psychic damage if you remain in this room.
Okay.
Is the point we're at.
I think we're
I'm already halfway out the door.
Yeah, I think we're leaving at this point. Is he following us to the door?
No, but when you get to the like, as soon as you step through the front door, he is standing in the doorway.
Okay. So before I step out the doorway, I'm going to use my new paladin divine sense.
Okay, so that is outsider undead.
It is celestial fiend or undead. Let me. Can I pop it there?
I would like you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please. You do not throw up, and you know for certain that he is not undead, but his mark is, if that makes sense. And it is also, as he's currently holding an Eberron Dragon Shard, really, really, really feels wrong to your paladin senses. Like, you haven't really used this power yet, but this is trying to make you throw up. It's so strongly undead.
Okay, yeah. So with that, I leave the door.
Okay.
And then once we're outside, I go to Risha. There's something very wrong with him, and we're going to have to deal with him at a later point.
The day is bright and sunny. You don't think you've smelled fresher air than you smell right now. And looking back on it, the room did stink. Like, every piece of your memory of that room now Zari, smells of the grave. It smells like a 1 week rotted corpse that somebody has buried your face in.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to deal with him.
That was worse than usual. Oh, I am resigning my guild commission if I can't get rid of him. Huh?
Yeah, Risha, you can see that Zari is green as well. Like you're both are fully cognizant that each of you is trying not to throw up.
Zari is freaking the frick out. Like, Zari just got her paladin powers, and this is like, you threw her into a pool of acid.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Like,
I think we need to go see Moma.
we need to go see somebody.
She'll know how to. Huh? Keep lunch down. Huh?
Risha, give me a luck. Just give me a d20 roll. You're fine. You make it all the way there without throwing up your lunch. So, Zari and Risha, you guys are back at Moma's. Lumi and Iberkeet are also there as you guys come in. Lumi and Iberkeet, both of them look like 3/4 of vomit, like they're going to or have.
Hold on. Let me check my pouch. And I go rummaging around for some acid stabilizer herbs I may or may not have.
You probably have ginger on you.
Something to help ease the roiling stomach.
Yeah, you're good. You got something.
Oh, well, I mean, Zari has her Heward's handy spice pouch and has been chewing on ginger the entire way home.
Yeah.
That's how you made it all the way here?
Yeah.
Lumi will drum up some tea infused with stomach churning, calming herbs.
Oh, Lumi, you are God's send. Well, and I don't even believe in them.
Yes, and we have a big problem.
When do we not have problems?
This is 3 problems wrapped into one. Iberkeet, why were you needing those dragon shards?
Oh, because of the dragon.
I think that's where we end. I think that's too perfect. So yeah, we'll pick back up again at this point in 2 weeks. Just casual dragons. It's fine. Thank you to my players for playing. Thank you to everybody for watching. This has been incredibly fun. I hope to see you all in 2 weeks again. Thank you everybody for watching. It's been great having you here. Bye.